You just got promoted. You passed the exam. You finished something you worked on for months. And instead of feeling happy, you feel nothing. Or worse, you already moved on to the next thing, like it never even happened. If that's you, stay. Because there's a very specific reason your brain does this, and it has nothing to do with being ungrateful. Most people assume they're just not the celebratory type. They tell themselves, I'll celebrate when I really make it, when I hit the bigger goal, when I'm actually successful. But that day never comes, because no matter what they achieve, the feeling they were chasing isn't there. A promotion feels like just another task. A finished project feels like something that should have been done sooner. A compliment feels uncomfortable, almost suspicious. And here's what nobody tells you. This isn't a personality trait. It's a pattern, and it was trained into you. Think back to when you were a child. Maybe you came home with a 95 on a test, and instead of hearing, I'm proud of you, you heard, what happened to the other 5 points? Or maybe your wins were ignored completely. You learned that achievement gets no response, so your brain stopped attaching meaning to it. Or maybe the opposite happened. Your wins made others uncomfortable. A jealous sibling, a parent who felt threatened, a classroom where being good at something made you a target. So you learned to shrink it, downplay it, skip past it. Your brain made a very logical decision. Celebrating feels dangerous. Move on instead. And now, decades later, that setting is still running. Every time you achieve something, your nervous system doesn't say, rest, enjoy, feel proud. It says, stay alert. What's next? This isn't enough yet. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation combined with conditional self-worth, which basically means your sense of value is tied entirely to what you produce, not who you are, what you do. So the moment you finish something, its value disappears because your worth was never really about that thing. It was about the next thing and the next and the next. You're on a treadmill that feels like progress. But here's the dark part. People in this pattern often become the most successful people in the room because they never stop. They never feel satisfied. They keep pushing, and everyone around them calls it drive and ambition. But inside, it feels more like running from something than running toward something. The price isn't just that you don't feel happy. The price is that you train your brain to devalue everything you do. Think about it. If finishing a goal feels like nothing, your brain starts asking, then why work so hard? This is where burnout comes from. Not from working too much, from working hard and receiving zero emotional reward. Your brain needs to register wins. It literally needs the dopamine of completion to stay motivated long term. When you skip every celebration, you're slowly draining your own fuel tank. And eventually, nothing feels worth starting. This isn't about throwing yourself a party. It's about teaching your nervous system that completion is safe, that rest is allowed, that you are allowed to exist without performing. Step 1. The 24-hour rule. Whatever you finish, give it one full day before moving to the next thing. Just sit with it. Don't add tasks. Don't jump to what's next. Force the pause. Step 2. Say it out loud. Not to impress anyone, just to hear yourself say, I did that. 2 seconds, out loud. It sounds small. Your nervous system doesn't think it's small. Step 3. Separate your worth from your output. This is the hard one. Ask yourself, if I never achieved another thing, would I deserve to exist comfortably? If the answer doesn't feel like yes, that's where the real work is. You don't fix this overnight, but you fix it by interrupting the pattern every single time. The people who struggle most with celebrating their wins are usually the ones who deserve it most. They've worked harder than anyone knows. They've pushed through more than they've ever said out loud. They just never learned that the finish line was allowed to feel good. If this was you, I want you to think of one thing you've done recently that you skipped past, and just for today, let it count. You earned it. If this video hit different, share it with someone who needs to hear this. They won't share it themselves. That's kind of the point.